So here are the two stalks that I gathered from the beargrass plant. Now the friction fire technique I'm using today is called the hand drill. Hand drill is easily one of the most common friction fire techniques used all around the world. It dates well back beyond 200,000 years by early hominids in Africa. And it's one of the first techniques that I think humans have mastered. I like the hand drill because of its simplicity. It only requires two working parts, which among the variables within making friction fire, you have more of a chance of success if you're skilled at it. So the two stalks that I'm looking at here, this one's thicker. This is going to be the base board eventually. Or the hearth board. And so this is going to be the component that sits directly on the ground. So you want this a little bit thicker. And the drill component, also called the spindle, this is your thinner part of the stalk. About the diameter of your pinky is ideal. So in order to get this started, you want to find a straight portion of the stalk. It's not very easy to find a very straight portion of these stalks, but you just have to look down it and find the straightest part. So I'd say from here, oh wait, about here. So we're going to start cutting this. You can use stone tools in this process, but I did bring a knife with me today. So first you want to start working on the nodes. You can just pull them off too. In order to make your proper cut, in order to break this off evenly, it's a cutting technique called the beaver chew, where you make small inward cuts around the diameter of the piece. And the reason why you do this is if you just break a piece of wood just by bending it over your knee, what can happen is it sends a shock wave down the piece of wood, splitting it in two, rendering your spindle pretty much useless. So you see how easily that just breaks off. Here to about here is right. Again, go around. It's called the beaver chew technique. This is how beavers fell trees for their jams. So there's the piece, the portion that we're going to be using for the spindle. So we want to get this smoothed out now because we have all of these nodes here. And it's better to go the opposite direction of the node. Don't go down this way, otherwise you can send, again, more splinters down the wood, cutting out pieces of your spindle, making it difficult to work with. So just take off the knots as best as you possibly can. As you see, as I'm building this, as I'm working on this spindle, when I eventually make fire with sticks on the hearthboard, I don't really want to use the thin end. I want to use the thick end. So this is the business end. So just round it off smoothly, just like that. Now bark on this spindle kind of acts as insulation for the plant. So by just removing a little bit of bark on the very tip of your spindle where you're going to be drilling, it helps with some additional heat gain, because I feel that you can get more heat via friction this way because you don't have the bark in the way. So this is our spindle. Now onto the hearthboard. You're applying the same cutting technique. This is the basic foundation of our hearth. Now we need to split it down the middle. So you have to find the flattest end, the part that's going to actually sit down, and work it flat. Here's our completed hand drill kit. This is a tinder nest. And this is the inner bark of the cottonwood tree. It's very fluffy. It comes out in strips. It's very ideal for constructing the actual nest. Inside here is just grass that I'm getting around here, and this is just the real soft tinder that's inside this nest. So to start out this technique, you need to start out by mating the drill. So you want to make a small divot in your board, just a small little impression for your drill end to actually mate into. Again, this is called mating the drill. Something like this. And take the end of your drill, press it in tightly to leave the impression. This wood is soft, and that's the thing that you're looking for when it comes to friction fire, is soft wood. So once you have your hole mated in, so we're seating in the drill. Now oftentimes when you're using the hand drill, you tend to lose grip on the spindle. What helps with that is spit. Spit on your hands. And this applies this kind of tackiness. So we're gonna start heating up this board, and I'm gonna get smoke pretty quickly here. We're building heat, building heat. It's already starting to smoke. As you notice, the dust on the side is darkening. Make one pass down. We're good to go. This is called mating the board, mating the drill into the board. The ember that you get loves this dust. So just put that right back into your nest. Now the next step in this process is carving the notch. So this notch that you're carving into the side of your board, you're making it about a quarter way through into the hole, and it's a pie slice notch. So we're just going to carefully go in. Don't go in right away and carve in. You want to rock the blade gently and work your way into the wood fibers. That's a safe way to cut. Rocking your blade, rocking your blade. And then pop out the pieces of wood that you've carved into. So I've carved my notch into the fireboard. Now I'm ready to make fire with sticks. You want to make sure that your hearth board is level on the ground, and make sure that you're in a comfortable position. The two biggest factors with this technology is downward pressure and speed. So like I mentioned before, spit helps add the extra amount of grip to the spindle. We're going to warm up the board. We're already getting smoke. So the dust that you collect in your notch, it will start smoking on its own and smoldering. Tap the ember free from the board. Bring your nest to the ember, not the other way around, because the wind can take your ember and blow it away. Here it is. Put it right into our target area. You're going to taco this in, fold it into the tinder nest, and gentle blow. Be very delicate. And the more smoke you see, the harder you can blow. There's fire with sticks.